Today I'm going to review Summer's Over by TV Girl. This is my favorite album of all time, and I've listened to each of the songs over 120 times. The first song is Summer's Over. I give Summer's Over, the first song of the album, a 10 out of 10 because I enjoy it a lot and I love the way that the guitar moves through the song and the way the girl sounds when she's singing the song. I will give Low on the Highway a 10 out of 10 because I like the way it kind of ambles through the song and how the beat goes up and down, and it carries a somewhat sad message but shows the girl recovering from the sadness and kind of smoking in a back corner of a nicely lit bar that has really good drinks, and that is what I enjoy when I'm listening to music. This nice platonic message of very chill and nice vibes that this song gives off. In contrast, the song Summer's Over was very light and airy, and it predicted the end of this summer, but with a fall, and that was very nice of it. The next song is Jump the Turnstile. This song depicts a lonely person jumping the turnstile, in quotes, without a friend, without a phone, without a hope, all alone, so far away from home, except switch the without a hope and without a phone lines. It is a very nice song, and I enjoy it very much, because in the song, it depicts this rolling beat, this rolling as you jump the turnstile, maybe with a girl, maybe not, but in the course of adventure, and I really enjoy that when I'm listening to this song. I will give it an 11 out of 10 because I rated the other two very highly, and I would like this song more than the other two some days, and today is one of those days, so I'm going to give it an 11 out of 10 because it is one more than 10 out of 10. The next song that I will be listening to is Sweet to Dream. This song gets a 12 out of 10 because it is better than Jump the Turnstile, which got an 11 out of 10. And it might be on par with the first two that got 10 out of 10s, but I have recency bias, and this song sounds very nice to my ears when she sings it, because it is very loopy and it is very casual, like you're swimming through the song. It sounds very melodic, and she is really dreamy, like an angel or a mermaid or one of those real angels or one of those real mermaids who aren't trying to disguise who they are with fake appearances and niceties, but just an angel in its true scary self. But she is nice to you because you have a mutual repertoire that goes beyond the mortal coil. The next song is Ordinary Day. I'm going to give this song a 10 out of 10 because when I think of this song, I imagine it with the first two songs, Summer's Over and Low on the Highway, and it might not be as good as Jump the Turnstile, and is definitely not as good as Sweet to Dream, but all of these songs are part of my favorite songs, perhaps because I've listened to them so much, but also perhaps because they are very nice songs to listen to. This song is very casual. It is like waking up at 1 p.m. on a Saturday with nothing to do, and you look over to the corner of the room, and there she sits on a nice little chair, and you both join together and drink some tea and look at the window and look at your plant, and then you water your plant, and then you read a book for a couple hours until around 3:30 p.m. when then you want to do something with your day, so you start to do a little bit of work on your computer, and she works across from you, and then you look at her hands, and they're very nice, and I don't know why you married her, but I don't think it was for her hands, but her hands are certainly a nice feature about her, and she sees you looking at her hands, and she looks up at you, and she's like, why are you looking at my hands, weirdo? And she kind of grins a little bit, and then she places her hands on your hands, and she's like, yo, and that's about it. The next song is Better in the Dark. This song gets a 13 out of 10 because it is simply amazing. It reminds me of a summer night where two lovers me and some random girl that I love are doing things, and it's very nice. And even if we aren't doing things, maybe we're just dancing around the room in incoherent bliss, and it's just great. It is a great song, full of youth, full of prosperity, and a future. And I like songs with futures, so that's why it gets the 13 out of 10. The last song is The Party's Not Over. This song gets a 9 out of 10, because while it isn't the best song on this album, it is certainly a great song, and deserves a 9 out of 10. It is very slow and melodic, and they sing about never going home, or at least the woman does, in this high wailing tone. But it's very casual too, like church on a Sunday, one of many churches on Sundays in medieval times, and medieval times have never ended, and they're always going, and it always goes, and no one's sick or dying, and everyone's just chilling, and something still means something, and something doesn't mean nothing anymore like it does nowadays. This is a song where things still mean things, and the party's not over, but the bars are shutting down, and everything's okay now, and everything's okay for a little bit, and you just want things to be okay because they are okay. You don't even want them to be okay, you know they're okay, because everything's okay, because the party's not over, and we're all just settling down for a nice night of sleep. And that is all. Thank you for listening to my album review of the album Summer's Over by Jordana and TV Girl, released in 2021. It had 7 songs on it that were 21 minutes and 28 seconds in length, so I advise you all to listen to this album because it is my favorite album and only has 7 songs on it, and they're all very short songs, but all mean a lot to me. I ranked, on average, I think a 11.7, though I did not do the math. I think this album in general, I will give a 10 out of 10, because it is strange to go over 10 out of 10 when 10 is supposed to be the max. So I will give it the max because I love this album. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.